Hi everyone, good morning. I am Antra and welcome to yet another Sunday Live discussion session where we invite authors to have a heart to heart discussion about their literary journey. Today, our guest is Piali Mukherjee, who has written this holistic self help book, Think, Design, Live. Now, sometime in our life, we might have felt or we might have realized that something is missing, some spark which might have made us feel more alive, more happy is missing from our life. Or or someday or certain day we might have questioned our existence, or simply we might have felt like we want to lead a more purposeful or more fulfilling life, but we do not know how to do that. In this book, Think, Design, Live, Piali has put in all her knowledge, all her experiences to make us, the readers, understand our uniqueness, our motivations, our dreams, and the mental and emotional blockages that we might have, which is holding us in order to lead a more fulfilling and more purposeful life. I think I'm sure many of you would have agreed that yes, we want to lead a more purposeful and fulfilling life, and that is what we are going to do today. We are going to talk to our guest Piali Mukherjee and discuss about her experiences, what she brings in to this book. So, a small intro about Piali. She is an emotional wellness and transformational life coach. She is a hypnotherapist. She is a certified uh, NLP practitioner, NLP standing for Neuro Linguistic Programming. She is a certified EFT practitioner. EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Technique, or I might have just divided, both comes together, EFT and NLP practitioner. And she is also meditation mentor. So I think without delaying further, let me invite Piali to join me and then we'll take the conversation ahead. Hi, my friends who are watching us. We are waiting for Piali to join and we'll continue the conversation once she's with us. She's the author of the book. Yes, hi Piali, thank you for
Hi.
joining in. I
Yeah,
was
thank
just showing off. I was just showing off your book, which has a very beautiful cover and it's Think, Design, Live, and Piali is with us. Um, Piali, I have already said all the things that I could memorize about you. I hope I got. I hope I got those correct.
God.
Um,
Yes.
Almost, yes. Yay. So now, what I am more intrigued to know is it really correct? Is this really true that anyone can manifest a life full of a more fulfilling life for themselves, which has more abundance, more purpose? And if yes, then how can one, what can one do to achieve such a life?
Yeah, so the thing is that absolutely you can manifest a life of joy and abundance and fulfillment. So if you look for that, if you look for fulfillment, you will gravitate towards finding fulfillment in the first place. But joy and abundance is something, it's a quality that already exists in us. That is
Okay.
our nature. But we have got used to looking for it outside ourselves. So we look at, we try to impress people, we try to get compliments, and,
Right,
we are looking for validation,
right.
for all the things that we do. And, like so we are spending so much of time looking for that praise and that validation, and, for others to tell us that we are right, that we actually, obviously, it makes us dependent emotionally. So when we get that joy and when we do it, what happens? Everybody knows if you just look at yourself, what happens. Okay, so the thing is that the idea is that you get free of that, come more, to your core, to your center,
Okay,
and
so align with ourselves.
align with your true core instead of becoming dependent emotionally on gratifications. So instead of looking for all this joy and abundance outside, it's obviously going to be temporary. What you take from outside, you give back. It's not for you. Like, for example, if you borrow a book from somebody, you give it back. You return that book. It is no longer with you. So what you already have within yourself, when you uncover that, you have that joy and abundance and you manifest it. Now, coming to abundance. So what do you think of abundance, for example? Uh, so
Maybe
abundance,
some fulfillment or contentment or full, like having a fulfilling life, and something like we are not looking for that particular thing anymore. We feel like we have that enough with us.
yes. So absolutely, because when we say abundance, which means that we have a lot of it. So it's not, so people often mistake it with money only. So, but we know that even high achievers, or even if you have abundant wealth, they're not necessarily happy people. And
Right.
that is why there are, suicides and depression and stuff like that. And we might think that, oh my God, this person is, a high achiever. And
He
how
has
is that
everything.
possible?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, so I think, would you need a bit more light? Okay.
No, that's fine.
Yes. That's it. So the thing is that, so the abundance is basically a feeling within. And whatever you actually start feeling within, when you feel fulfilled, what does fulfill mean? That you're full, that you
Right.
have enough. So you are abundant from within, you start attracting abundance from outside. Because the law of the universe states that like
Right.
attracts like.
Right. Right.
So whatever is your state of being, you're going to attract more of that. So if you're feeling, the world is out there to get you and you're feeling victimized, you're feeling low, you're going to get more of that. So, so it is important to know how you manifest. And
And also
it,
positive thinking, and understanding our motivations and what we desire to achieve. I think what I have understood from your talk right now is that we need to be more positive, so that we attract the positivity instead of thinking
yes.
or like dwelling in the past or on the negative aspects. Okay,
Yes.
got it.
So when we say be positive, you know what happens? This is thrown around, be positive, and people can get very frustrated. Something very wrong is happening in my life. And then say, how do I be positive now? So what happens? We can put on a smile, but what is it that you internally feel? Because what
Right,
you internally feel is the vibration that you project into the world, into the universe, and that will come back to us. So the idea is to know. So in everything, like for example, if you have to play the piano, you have to first know how to play. You have to know all the technicalities of it. And
right.
if you don't practice it, it doesn't work for you.
Right, right.
So,
Practice is also
it's a
important.
combination of
Absolutely.
knowledge and practice that you kind of, bring about and experience this uh,
So not
experience.
only understanding, I'm sorry, I'm cutting you in between because I'm so like
Yeah.
excited with this topic. What I have understood so far is that not only to realize
Mm.
um, what we want, but also to practice so that it stays with us.
Yes. And
Okay,
you know what? Many times we feel we know, but realization is an experience. There is a difference
correct.
already between knowing and realizing, because realizing is experiencing it. And then if you don't practice it, it goes kind of flat again.
Right,
So,
right. Absolutely.
yeah. And it's
So
everybody's birthright to do it, to manifest wealth and abundance and joy.
joy, right. So we practice, we first, I think it's a very broad topic. Please
Mm.
excuse the background sound. I think there is some guru part going on in my society. So that is the background sound. I think what the
It's
first
mostly
thing that
for.
we need, yeah, yeah, sure, no problem. So what I have understood so far from what Piali is trying to say is that we need to understand what we are looking for. We need to, in order to manifest that, we need to think, imbibe ourselves with that thought. Since light attracts light, so positivity will be attracting positivity. So we need to have that mindset, and we need to also practice, because if we do not practice, so it's not going to come to us. So I'm sure there are more into it
It's a big
than this
topic.
2 minutes of discussion,
Mm.
and I'm sure that more we can find from this book,
Yes,
Think,
the
Design,
book
Leave.
has, yes. Mm.
So I request
Step by
everyone.
steps. Mm.
So this book, how can anyone help from this book? Who is looking for more purpose in their life, or who is looking for more, uh, maybe to lead a more fulfilling life? So, what does this book offer to those people?
So, yeah, so the thing is that this book actually, firstly, it prepares, see, for example, everything in our life begins with our thought. So, it's the thought that generate the feelings that we have. Now, that
Right.
determines the attitude we have, and that determines the actions we take, and that finally, determines the creation that we create. Now, but before everything, the thought we can take it as a seed that we are planting in a soil. So we need to prepare the soil. It's a book which is very easy to finish, but it is like full of, practical knowledge as to how to firstly, the first chapters prepares the soil. And then it gives you a complete idea about the thought process. How to kind of then, there are practices which are given over there in which you can mold that. And throughout the book, there are examples, there are real life stories, and other things to make it more engaging and interesting, and it becomes more real to understand, like how to kind of apply them. And towards the end of the book, it actually gives you a full process in which how
Okay.
you're going to manifest that
Okay.
life that you're looking for. And there are exercises in which you understand your own purpose. So and at the end of the book, there are these sheets also with questions. So where when you do back and forth with that book, you can just have it like a personal coach with you. Otherwise you spend loads of money doing things, but you do have that basic guideline framework for understanding. Also, I have given a lot of alternative practices that are there, so that
Okay.
people can at least are aware that these exist, and I can kind of find it, and I can and this is what I can do. This is the scope of things that I can allow for myself.
So
So,
I just unwrapped, and I just wanted to show to our friends who are watching us that this kind of pages or sheets are available, reflection sheets, and then there are um, like these are affirmations that Piali has given towards the end of the book, and then there are other many to the point topics which are mentioned. So it's not something which I feel that someone like, I'm being very candid again. It's not, this book is not something which is trying to impose something on you. It's trying
yes.
to share pointers so that you can reflect, you
Hmm.
can go back to the book, you can do your stuff, reflect upon it, and then start filling up the sheets to realize, to understand where you stand. So this is kind of a journal, and this is going to help you understand. Of course, there is no end to knowledge, right? So
Yes.
the more you practice, the more you achieve. So this is going to help you um, take that first step. So yes, I would also like to mention here that this book, Think Design Life by Piali Mukherjee, is available on our online bookstore, www.mysecretbookshelf.co.in, and we have signed copies available, and we are also offering discounts. So please feel free to grab a copy for yourself. So, Piali, would you like to share something more on this book? Anything else
Yeah,
that comes to your mind?
so, yeah. So the feedback I keep getting, and my personal thing is that some people have written, I think even on Amazon, people I don't even know, that it has been life changing. My target audience was that, there are people, I mean, obviously all of us, when without information, we are not able to understand where do we make the changes in our life. So the first thing is that we need to be informed. We need that knowledge before we can
Right,
practice it. Without, so there is a lot of in-depth, knowledge shared, as well as steps that one can take. And as you rightly said, you cannot force people. So what I have kind of encouraged people to look into their own selves, because everybody will have their own purpose, and how to
right,
identify that and not fall a prey to the external prompts, that this looks good in other people's eyes, this somebody else has told me will be good for me. What is good for you? If you do something that's good for you, like we were talking, like I've been observing your journey. So the moment you come close to what you like, your purpose, and what lights up your soul, you're going to do anything for it. Like, then
right,
work
right,
doesn't
right.
seem work,
Absolutely.
and
Right,
you kind of start enjoying, you enjoy the process, and that itself brings out the best in whatever you
correct.
do. So it has a lot of details in the book, lot of details, so you can feel that you can finish it fast. Yes, you will, but you will need to come back, open just pages. Whenever you have a question, just open a page and it's going to guide you there to where you need to go. So
And I think the thought, the positive thought, inculcating or practicing positivity is so, it works. It will work only
how to do
when
it is very
you. Yes, so I think I have always felt it will only work when you accept it with open mind, when not with any restrictions, not with any blockage. So that is why I think Piali's book also talks about how to deal with your mental and emotional blocks. So that I think in order, for example, a few days back, I was reading and I realized that I was talking to my mom, and this kind of conversations is very often between me and my mother. That in order, like if a wall is painted of any dark shade and you want to paint that wall in a lighter shade, you need to first take off that dark paint and
yes,
then make the wall neutral color, and then
absolutely,
only you can make it light color. So there has to be a
absolutely.
process. You need to go to the neutral point in order to move towards the positivity. So, and
Yes.
these are
And the
all
thing is that
achievable.
subconscious is extremely powerful. And the subconscious is not something that we can see. It's not easily visible. Now, all the hurdles and the limiting beliefs and whatever blockages we have lies in this subconscious mind. So it is very important to identify the blockages. Okay, in the book also I help you do that. But apart from that, if you see a pattern, because see, we are programmed, the subconscious
Right,
actually
absolutely.
programs us. So it actually programs us, and your mother is absolutely right. So the cleansing process, the clearing away process is very important in order to see a clear reflection of your own true purpose, basically.
Right, right,
So
right,
I
right.
do it on your by yourself, or you like you also can take help from practitioners who do help you do it. And there are DIYs in the book, do it yourself. So a part
Right,
of it,
right,
at least a
absolutely.
part of it, you need to get to know, like, you can kind of do it yourself. Yes. But
And
anything,
truly, please continue.
No, and anything further, and you see this pattern is repeated often in your life, then you take help. That's all. I mean, that's how it is. It'll be
And I
foolish
have,
to back on it. Hmm.
right. And I have seen manifestations coming, like I have seen, I'm not bragging or I'm not lying when I say that I have seen in front of my eyes
Hmm.
one of my relatives turning the color of a flower to the color that she wanted it to be. So the power of manifestation is
Thought.
such, yes, it's
Absolutely.
such strong. And
Yes.
it did not happen like this, but then it was a yellow color flower and she was like, I want it to be red, and then over 3 days the color changed to red. So I think um, there is something that manifestation and the power of thoughts can lead you to achieve in your life. and I,
Thought.
i'm so
Hmm.
I think maybe my family has that lineage, has that inclination towards this topic, and we all study and we all try to learn and understand how it is so amazing. It's like one of the
Yes.
wonders of the nature. So, and that is how I draw. I got into you. I came across your book, and I think we started discussing. And I also remember when I was visiting one of the events in one of the colleges in Delhi, and I had your book with me.
Hmm.
And almost, I think, out of the copies that I had, I think 5 or 7 copies, all books got sold out. And I told you that we are selling so many copies. So I think this shows that how people and books are something that no one can buy just like that, just because I think it is good. They spend time, readers will spend time, read, browse through the pages, and only when they feel they are convinced, they will purchase it. So I think somewhere this book is going to be a stepping stone for people who are looking forward to more meaningful life. And
Yes.
I'm so glad that I'm associated with it. I want to take a moment here, Priyali, and read out the comments. I see so many comments that we are receiving from our viewers, and I know the son is also writing. So most of the time, the son and the husbands are writing
No,
something
no, my
good.
husband is not around here.
So there is someone called Chandrajit Adhikari who is saying that very true, being
Husband is
positive from
Jaydeep
inside.
Mukherjee.
Okay. So Chandrajit is saying from inside, very true, being positive from inside truly has to be done every day, which is correct. And this is what I think Piali is trying to emphasize as well, self-reflection, correct.
But
Um,
I'd like to add here, the main thing is that the purpose of the book is to, show people how to kind of do it, how to arrive there, in absolute practical terms. So, because that's where people get, everybody knows that I have to be positive. But
right,
how
but
do
how to
you
do it?
look at all aspects of my life? So when I say that, when I say that everybody wants to achieve something, because everybody wants to feel they've done something good with their life. But which space does that come from? That feeling comes from. That is something that is very important to check. As I said before, are you turning outward? Are you looking at other people's validation? You're looking outward, or you are trying to arrive at your space. How do you arrive there? How do you
Right,
get there? How do you turn your thoughts positive? How do you do it? Because there will be negative experiences, there will be challenges coming your way in the process of doing it. Till when you are actually neutralizing your mind, okay, now after that, it becomes easy, much easy. Doesn't mean that your challenges will stop, it will be there, but it doesn't affect you, because you are in a space where your positivity is going to shine through, and that is again going to help you in whatever you're doing, because at the ultimate end, what people, if they just try to see what it is, everybody is looking for happiness, and that's one thing. So what is the point in finding it in a way where you are miserable? So how do you understand the difference and how do you get
Right.
to that point is what is the purpose of the book. How do you get to that point? And it's just full of these stories and all that to make it real, because real
Right.
people have different experiences, and how, I mean, and they're thought leaders. They have turned from very ordinary people to doing significant things. So even on Maslow,
Correct.
so there was one person who was an indexer, and she reads books, and she's all the time seeing books, and she told me that, you know what, I have done so many books where Maslow's theory is given, but in this book, Maslow's theory is made so understandable and applicable to your own life. And so this is, I have not kind of read it elsewhere. So that was very kind of for me, like that was a
It
very,
boosts you. Right.
yeah, it was precious to me to have that opinion, because that is exactly what the attempt was, to
Right.
simplify things which are deeper concepts, but make it understandable. Because unless and until you understand, so all you need is that pill, that so
Right.
everything, instead of putting it into knots just to showcase your knowledge, you don't need to do that. You need to just untie the knots and make it simple so that people also follow it simply.
That's true. That's true. I totally agree to making things simple, and I'm so glad that Think, Design, Live. I think by the name of the book also we can get an
Yeah.
idea what the book is all about. Is Think and then Design and then Live. And this book is available on our online bookstore as well. So please go and get a copy for yourself. Um, I want to know, Piali, we have discussed so much about the book, but I want to know, do you conduct workshops? And if yes, then
Yes.
from where we can uh, get to know about that? And how can one enroll to the workshop, your wellness workshop?
Yeah, so workshops I have, and I have this workshop called Create a Life You Love, which I've been running from
Okay,
2017 or
okay,
16 end, I think. Yeah, so at that earlier used to be in a venue, so it used to be live. It was
okay, in person,
yes. So now things are changing, and a lot of
right?
things have come online, and yes, and online space I'm also discovering is like actually wonderful, because everything, even my like sessions are possible online, which earlier I
Right,
never
yes, yes,
ventured. Yes,
absolutely.
I never ventured on that. So so I'm planning a one online, which is to be happening sometime around December or January.
Okay, okay,
So where I am actually going to make a newer version of Create a Life You Love workshop, uh, because I'll be integrating much more things into it, so that, and my workshops are experiential. It's not about,
okay,
see, when you pick up a book, you get the knowledge and you
right.
learn. You don't experience it.
Practical, the
So
practical,
you
yeah,
need
practical
to
experience, right?
experience it, the feel it basically. So you feel
Exactly.
that, whatever it is. So uh, for example, there are exercises to do where you try to identify your soul purpose. All right. So I make people go through the exercises, and then I take them after that, take them deeper in. After a few exercises, a couple of exercises, I take people deeper into it, where I, through hypnosis, take them, make them drop into the present moment. So when you drop into the present moment, it takes you to a field which is beyond time and space, and which is called the unified field of consciousness. It can also be
Okay,
called fifth dimensional field of consciousness, or
okay,
in family constellation, the terminology is the knowing field. So
okay.
this field is beyond time and space. So through hypnosis, when you take people there, a lot of things pop up. Now, to follow that, so the moment you are actually, it is a process of germinating a seed that is lying very dormant in your mind.
Okay, it
And
already exists, but it is in a dormant state.
dormant state, because your purpose
Okay,
exists. You know what you actually are looking
okay,
for, the deep. Because see, when you're not, you're going to feel the void. You're going to feel that hole. You're going to feel that void. So healing is about,
exactly.
yeah. So healing is about feeling whole. So healing comes actually from the word, so therefore this word holistic is used so much. Actually, it comes from the concept of being whole. We are fragmented. Being in a third dimensional reality, we get fragmented, torn up, like our minds go here and there. And it's a
Right,
deep
right.
concept. So I'm not going into the
Yes.
deeper part of it at all.
Okay.
But healing is basically to start feeling complete, which means obviously when you feel complete, you're going to feel fulfilled also, like you were talking about being fulfilled and you understood abundance as.
Right.
So that is the space where you already feel you have everything. And then what you do from that space is going to attract more of the same to you. And that is when it attracts abundance to you. When you start from a feeling of lack, that, okay, this is not happening to me, I have to struggle more. And this is like, I don't have, when you start from the concept and the feeling of pain, struggle, and I don't have, the universe will throw more of that to you. So the thing is that, so when you actually heal, you are becoming whole, which means you're becoming complete, which is being, in other words, you're feeling more fulfilled, as so, which is you're feeling more abundant, and you're going to attract more abundance in your life, be it wealth, be it love, be it a career, be it all these things. So that's going to come to you. So that's why it is important to heal and feel whole. And there are various ways of doing that.
Great, wonderful. So these words are making me think and reflect upon so many things. So I think I'll wait till Jan when your workshops, online workshops are announced. Meanwhile, maybe if anyone wants to reach out to you, then how do they reach out to you? Like they email
Yes,
you or
I have the email, I have my website, and
okay,
also DMing
okay,
on Instagram. I've got
okay,
another page on Facebook also.
okay,
So it's like any of those methods, because I'll be putting up there, on
okay,
Instagram, on Facebook,
okay,
not personal Facebook, I may not put it on, but the open Facebook, and I've got a closed
okay,
group as well, where
okay. All right.
yeah, I interact personally. So this is how, I mean, it's going to go out. Yes, I'm not
So what
great at.
I'm going to do is I'll share this information after the session is over. So I'll share your website link, the URL, and the email ID so that if anyone is looking forward to getting in touch with you, they can do that. And once the workshops are announced, so I can start sharing them also with my friends and with my book clubs and other communities. So I'll do
Thank you so
that.
much.
Um,
And I
no
would like
problem.
to say something that you
Yes,
yourself is manifesting, as I can see. A lot of your work is also going towards your soul purpose, which I have observed. And I'm sure you feel the difference between what you were doing earlier with the travel and now.
yes, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
And
So,
you're even with that.
yes, yes, absolutely. And I
So
think when you said
So this is
when
for everybody. So it's basically, that is when you start finding the courage to pursue
right,
what is your purpose, that you need that too.
absolutely, absolutely. So when you said that the feeling of this whole or feeling that something is missing in life. So I, throughout my life, I have been feeling that I was working. I worked for more than almost 12 years in corporate sector, but then throughout my working journey, I have felt like there is something missing, and this is not what I'm supposed to do in my
Mhm.
life. So and then like I had to quit, and I was like, oh, I'm going to quit my work, and then I'm going to take some time off, and then realize what I'm going to do. So I think this understanding is what made me follow I am not sure whether this is something that I'm doing just to earn money or to earn my sustenance, but this is something that um, that is part of me. So like
Yes,
anything, I read a lot, so books are
yes.
part of me. And yes, absolutely. So I think I have found my calling, and I would
Yeah,
like to see
it's a journey,
where,
and it's a journey. So we evolve in
right.
the process,
Yes,
and
yes,
there will
yes.
be a lot of twists and turns, and we'll know when
Absolutely.
we found that niche. So
Yes,
yes.
absolutely.
Mm.
Right. So, Piali, tell me on a lighter note, what does Piali Mukherjee do to unwind and relax when she's not working, she's not helping others realize their life's purpose? What does Piali do to relax?
Actually, I always feel relaxed. So what I do to feel relaxed, I feel it's like an unending feeling of relaxation. Yes, but when you use the term wound up, when you are like
Yeah,
unwind. So if
yes,
I'm
unwinding.
really, when I'm really wound up, then the first thing is meditation.
Okay,
Even 10 minutes of mindfulness completely re-energizes, relaxes you, and that brings you to the present moment. Like I said before, dropping into the present is where you actually completely relax. So that is one, but apart from it, relaxation, I relax walking. I love nature walks. I love painting. I love baking. So I have many ways to relax myself. But yes, when I have to unwind, and then it's a quick, it's what calls me is a mindfulness meditation, and I kind of
great,
complete mind. Yeah,
great.
that.
So, are you working on any new book or any upcoming project that you would like to share a sneak with us?
Yeah, so it's not at the point of sharing exactly the topic, but
Okay,
2021 should see another book. Uh,
okay, all right.
so when I was talking about the five-dimensional consciousness and all that, so I may be going a bit more deeper onto that.
Okay, all right.
And it's actually the reality that is coming through right now because of the shift that is happening. We can see in the world, the pandemic, there's a
Right,
lot
right.
of shift. And actually, the purpose of it is to shift. And therefore, when we understand what is it that we need to shift, it can help people. I mean, you feel more comfortable. So it's like a step by
Yes, and has to be a journey. So I think
Yes,
we
it
have,
has to be.
uh,
Everybody will be at different points in their journey, so which is absolutely fine and great. But you need to start somewhere, and it helps. People, okay, people are feeling great is great, and but if you depend on your parties, and you depend on your shopping, or you're depending on your food for whatever satisfaction you're needing to derive, it's going to be so short term. That's why there's a feeling of void, no? Or you're depending upon the amount of money or whatever it is. So why have that dependence? Just be free of it. Just kind of be, just know how to be happy and do the thing that makes you kick
exactly
stars. So
right. So we will wait for 2021 for your new release, and I look forward to that. And before we wrap up, would you like to share a quick tip with my friends who are watching, your friends who are watching us, and who would also be watching the recorded version of the video, something which can be done instantly to feel good, like just just like that?
yeah, instantly. So when you talk about instantly, let me again say, in the book I have given a lot of DIYs. So
Okay,
where yeah, you do it, and but here when you say there's very little time, so instantly, again I'm coming back to that topic when I say we need to dip into the present, which is the unified field basically, and we are not able to, it's not possible to do. And when you say that to feel good, when are we not feeling good? Firstly, the question is, when are we not feeling good? When we either some memory is coming which is 5 minutes back, or 5 hours back, or 5 days back, that memory is making us feel bad, or it's something we are thinking about for the future, an apprehension or doubt or
right,
whatever anxiety that is spoiling the present moment, which is
right.
spoiling, which is not making you feel good essentially. So in order to uh, quickly turn that around, is that we need to come into the present, which is perfect actually. The present is absolutely now. So how to do that? A very quickly, a very short thing is to breathe in deep and slow. And you breathe
Okay,
into your belly. deep and slow, and follow that breath. And as you release that breath, just feel all the nerves and muscles of your body relax. You will sense, and that moment you will be able to feel that, there's tension at the back, or in your hands, or on your feet, or somewhere in the calf muscles, or somewhere.
Or
There
neck,
is
shoulder, yeah.
shoulder. So just do that for the count of 5, 6, not many. But the moment you do that, it actually makes you dip into that present, brings you into that present. So instantaneously you will feel calm. And the second is that after you do that, put a full stop to whatever thought you've had, because it's already kind of
There.
stopped to a certain halted. So it's easier to stop it and then turn around that thought with a just an opposite positive thought. Suppose, okay, why was this person so mean to me and couldn't help me? And that is aggravating and not making you feel good. Can be after that breath, you're going to feel peaceful, slightly calmer, slightly centered to your original core. The original core is actually not agitated. So then when you get centered to that original core, all you have to do is turn that thought around. Maybe she's not able to do so because there is a limitation she's facing. So
Right,
it's okay.
right.
So you definitely make a opposite thought, opposite positive thought. So that is going to bring you to peace, like bring you, like change the vibration that you have generated within yourself to a
Or
higher
maybe the perspective. The
perspective.
the
You have to change the
perspective.
perspective. So perspective, you change, the feelings change actually, and your
Right.
vibrations raise. So for manifestation, your vibration has to be high. Your vibration has to be on the higher planes. Then you sustain
Okay.
manifestation. So all this is together, like all this has to be integrated
So
in your.
yes. So this is, I think this will be an acquired taste kind of a thing where you need to practice in order to
Yes,
see it work. So
yes,
this what Pyali is asking us to do is take deep breath in and follow the breath, and then when we are
breathe into
taking
your
it out,
breathe
yes,
into your
breathe
tummy, a
in
slow deep breath.
till our tummy, and then when we are breathing it out, we feel that all our muscles are getting relaxed, and we try to put a full stop to the bad or negative thought. So, and I'm sure that this might not work out on the first try, so we might have
Yes,
to practice it.
yes,
So,
yes.
thank you so much, Piali, for all these lovely words of wisdom and all these practices, all these small things that you have shared with us. And I'm so grateful that we could do this session today.
Yes.
And thank you so much. I wish all my best wishes and all my whatever, all my positive thoughts towards your next book, and towards um, your coaching, online coaching sessions, workshops, which are going to come online very soon. And I hope that we continue to be associated and work ahead as long as possible. And I want
And
to, yes, please go ahead.
thank you so much, Antara, for having me and saying all those kind and fantastic words. And I wish you all the best too. You're already doing great, anyways.
Thank you so much. So we were talking to Piali Mukherjee, the writer of Think, Design, Live, and this book is available on our online bookstore, mysecretbookshelf.co.in, and we are also offering discounts. So please get your copy. And next week we'll be
So
having
that's for
another.
India. Antara, so that's for India only. So
Okay,
otherwise,
all
it's
right.
available on Amazon. Your one,
Yes. So for
your
yes.
bookshelf is
So
for
for
India.
Yes, for only India, and for people from international outside India, they can have their copy from Amazon. I'm sure Amazon is delivering all over the world. Um, and that's it. And that this is the wrap of the show. And really wish you have like a wonderful Sunday and a week ahead. Thank you so
Same
much,
to you. Thank
and
you. Thank you.
take care. Bye.
Bye.
So, friends, thank you so much for joining me today. We just had a discussion with Piali and about her book, Think Design Live, and how we can manifest positivity and lead a more purposeful life. So please feel free, go and visit our online bookstore. This book is available on our online bookstore and it's a signed copy. We are also offering discounts. Next week we'll be back with another guest, and next week we'll be going live at our late evening session where Parul will be hosting another guest. So stay tuned for that. We'll announce the guest soon on our social media pages. So that's it for today. Thank you so much. Have a lovely Sunday. Bye.